Good morning, church. Good morning. Well, I gotta tell you, it's wonderful to be up here with y'alls again. Now, 2 weeks in a row, also 2 weeks in a row, we have stories of unclean spirits and demons and exorcisms. But I will tell you that this time, I saw the demons coming. They didn't catch me off guard. I was fully prepared for it. So, just like last week, there's some demons here. It's a pretty similar story. So any of us that were not here last week, we were talking about Jesus casting out demons from people. And in this story this week, similar message, it just spreads to a wider audience. Jesus is found early in the morning, though, and declares that he wants to travel and cast an even wider net and share himself and his message and the work he was sent for. And last week, in an attempt to better understand the gospel and maybe figure out how to deal with these stories, we talked about what we cast out from ourselves, what we cast away from ourselves. For me last week, I talked about worrying. Anxiety, anxiousness, worry possesses me. I worry about everything. And in the course of the discussion, we talked a little bit about letting ourselves free of those feelings and then helping others. We talked about the presence of God and us being the presence of God for others. But this week, I think we'll talk a little bit about how we can feel the presence of God and spread it out. But first, we must look to others and see where they are and see where we all are so that we know what to do. And I don't know if any of you caught it, but this week on social media, Elmo, which I believe is everybody's favorite Sesame Street character. Does everybody know where I'm going with Elmo? Some of you? Okay. So Elmo checked in on X and he said, Elmo was just checking in. How is everybody doing? Now, there was a whole slew of responses, actually tens of thousands of responses, and most of them were not very positive. The overwhelming consensus wasn't great. It's actually that people aren't feeling good at all. One person responded to Elmo with, I'm at my lowest, thanks for asking. Another person, Elmo, I'm depressed and broke. And then, Elmo, I'm suffering from existential dread over here. And then another one, Elmo, get out of here. It isn't safe. Now that's true. Elmo did post on X, so that person was right. Elmo, and likely all of us, are not safe on X. Just don't do it. But even Jimmy John's Sandwich Shop responded saying, well, it's the 800th day of January. So, all this was a simple question by a beloved Muppet friend. But what it provided was an opportunity for tens of thousands of people to share how they are, and not okay was the answer. It was for many reasons, even the examples I gave, money, concern, all sorts of reasons, even the weather. But really what it tells us is it highlights how many people are controlled and possessed by so many things. Sadness, stress, money, the weather, any number of things can affect the life we are having. So eventually Elmo did respond by saying, wow, Elmo is glad he asked. Elmo learned that it's important to ask a friend how they are doing. Elmo will check in again soon, friends. Elmo loves you. Which was a good response for Elmo, but following that, President Biden got involved and responded by saying, I know how hard it is some days to sweep the clouds away and to get to sunnier days. Our friend Elmo is right. We have to be there for each other, offer our help to a neighbor in need, and above all else, ask for help when we need it. Even though it's hard, you're never alone. Which I think is a great response, and really, this busy week for Elmo ended up kind of right there, letting us all know that we're not alone in how we are feeling, even in the dark days, and to remember that better days are ahead. But I think for us in the discussion we're having today, I think it's important for us to know that, it's okay not to be doing okay. Lots of us aren't doing okay. It's tough out there. It's really tough out there for all of us. And it's not new. It's not like this just started. Things didn't just get tough. And as we celebrate this month, African American History Month, we know that things have not been okay. And the struggle has been and is real. It's not okay, and lots of people need many, many things. What then? Right? I think that's a question I ask myself. What do we do? What is the answer to this? How do we fix the issues we have? And sadly, I have to tell you, I don't have an answer to that. I'm afraid there isn't a simple solution. I'm afraid there isn't just an answer, oh, we do this and then everything gets better. But I do know that we can look to today's gospel reading, and I believe that the answer is going to be in God.
That's right.
God's going to be the answer, and God's presence in our lives is going to be the answer.
That's right.
The answer may just lie in understanding where we are, one another, and understanding and then listening and supporting one another.
That's right.
And from there, from that place of understanding, that place of love, coming together as a people and spreading love and growing together as a people. Our gospel reading today, we find Jesus at a point where he is praying alone after having helped many people. The whole town came and gathered around. Jesus was making a difference to many people that day. But when asked, he says he wants to go out and spread his message to other areas. He wants to go and create more. And to me, it feels like a moment where Jesus understands the importance of what he is sent to earth for.
Okay.
It seems like a Jesus who understands what has to happen. And I just wonder if we can have moments like that too. Jesus knows to seek to spread the message. He wants to spread his reach and spread the message of love to others. And it's not selfish. It's about others. It's a type of love focused on other people and a desire to do more. Even when Jesus is doing so much, Jesus wants to do more. And it kind of reminds me of here. It reminds me of MCC New York. It reminds me of what we do here in the home and the place that we provide and why we do it. To me, and I've said it many times, MCCNY is a sort of magical queer space. And some of it really is because we are a safe and inclusive place for everybody, a place where we can all be ourselves, and that is assuredly one of the reasons why it's so powerful here, why coming to church is so powerful. But it doesn't stop there, right? MCCNY is a place not just for us to come and be ourselves, and that is part of it, but it's about something else too. It's about understanding that God made us who we are, loves us for who we are, but also to share that message. That's really the point of this church for LGBTQIA plus people and everyone. The point is to share the message of God's all-inclusive love to all those that need to hear it, and all those that don't yet know they need to hear it.
Amen.
To spread the message that God made me queer. That's what we do here. To let our message of love and inclusion and understanding be known and understood to all who hear it. I think it's to feel love, to feel the love of a God that loves us, know that, and then share it. It's about giving back. Like we mentioned last week, we can feel the presence of God, but we need to do something with the presence of God.
Amen.
The presence of God isn't just for one of us, it's for all of us. And spreading that love is what we should do with it.
That's right.
Taking what we have been given, discovering that, but then making more from it. Being unselfish. Perhaps it's about receiving love, receiving the message, and sharing it.
That's right.
Which leads me to a story about my cat. So, my cat is named Ellis. He's new to the family. He was originally named Manville for reasons I don't know. We were told it had something to do with Broadway. I know Broadway. I don't know Manville. If anybody out there can tell me why my cat is named Manville, please let me know. But we adopted our kitty, now named Ellis, this past summer. And we do have a dog. His name's Tucker, and many of you have met him. And we love Tucker, but we're actually cat people. We're just not dog people. We have Tucker mostly by accident. He was supposed to stay a night or two, and that was about 5 years ago. So, this summer, things were really tough. We were having many rough days, and we decided we needed an emotional support cat. A cat to just kind of cuddle and love you. We needed those purrs and that feline reassurance that things will be okay. So we went to our neighborhood Humane Society shelter, and we walked in, took the kids, said we wanted to adopt a cat, and we listed off the qualities of what we were looking for. So we wanted an older cat that's good with kids and dogs, and we prefer them to be large. So we said this to the volunteer. They're like, we know exactly the cat. He's been here a while, let me take you to him. So we go over and we see Manville, and he's this just lovely dark gray kitty of impressive size. He weighs a little over 20 pounds. And if he stands up on his back legs, he's about the size of Emery. He might be bigger than my dog, I'm not sure. But he was very friendly and warm, and we're like, yes, probably is going to be a good match. So we adopted him and brought him home. And we were a little worried about how he'd do with all of us, with Tucker. So we separated the two of them, went a little gentle. But then he just walked out of the room, just came right downstairs, didn't want to listen to us, and instantly bonded with Tucker. They became best friends. Wow. And he fit into the family like he had always been there. And for Tucker, now, whatever I said last week about me being anxious, about me being worrisome or stressed out, Tucker makes me look like I don't worry about a thing. Tucker is the most stressed out dog you will ever meet. Just anxious all the time. The second we get ready to put a coat on, he just starts worrying. But having Ellis there with him, Ellis is now his emotional support cat. Tucker does so much better just having a friend there with him all the time. And Ellis has turned out to be the emotional support cat we always dreamt of. There for cuddles, always willing and excited to visit us, and even takes the rounds at night sleeping with each and every one of us. And the story could stop there, right? It would be a very great story. The story of a family that wants a cat, gets an amazing cat. That's a happy ending, we could stop. But really the reason I bring it up is about what we're saying today, about making more and expanding the reach, trying to take something good and expand. So the story will go from there, and moving into that, we realized that in order for us to get Ellis, lots of people were involved. There are volunteers, there are donors to the Humane Society. There was a lot to provide that no-kill shelter, that home for Ellis until he came home with us. So we came up with an idea, and that is we're going to host the Kitty Ellis Comfort Ball, which is going to be a benefit dinner. We can't have a fancy dinner for this cat. He's too cuddly. So we're going to have a comfort ball at our cafe with all the proceeds benefiting the Humane Society and the work that they do. And the reason we're doing this is exactly what I've been talking about today. We received this awesome, wonderful gift, this blessing of a cat, the best living kitty there is, and rather than just being happy with our kitty and letting it stop there, we want to keep going. We want other people to get their perfect cats. We want homes to be made. We want the love to keep going. So that's the goal we're working toward. And really, that's my point for today, I think, that we are called to acknowledge and understand the need we have for the presence of God, the need others have for the presence of God in their life, and also our need for love and acceptance, and understanding that all those around us feel the same way. Everybody needs love. To acknowledge it but also do something about it, to take steps and make actions that spread love, to spread the love that we have received. In doing that, we don't spread love, we actually expand it. We make more, we create more by doing that. By sharing what we've received, we give more love to the world, and that is something the world desperately, desperately needs. We now know that. Elmo already exposed us all. There's a lot of need for love. So that's what I want us to take away today. As we end our time together today, I want us leaving thinking about what we have received, thinking about the gifts, about the presence of God in our lives, and how we can take that love, the love and the knowledge that we are loved by a God that created us, loves us exactly how we are. How do we take that love and make more of it? That's what we are called to do. Create love for the whole world to enjoy. Amen.